Good morning, everyone. It's Marcia here, and I wanted to come to you this morning to talk about cold brew. Cold brew is new to a lot of people, and I wanted to explain what it was and all about our cold brew carafe and how you can be using it. So, first of all, cold brew is not a thing. Cold brew coffee is the result of cold brew. Cold brew is a style of brewing. So it's different than a drip coffee or a French press or whatever other kind of coffee that you might enjoy. Cold brew is a brewing method that brews with using cold water or room temperature water. And it also is done for a long period of time, either 8 hours or 24 hours, depending on what you want your results to be. So that's the first thing. Cold brew is a style of brewing. You still get the same coffee, the same brewed coffee, with some wonderful bonus characteristics. One of them is that if you find that coffee tends to bother your tummy a little bit and upset it a little bit, you'll find that doesn't happen with cold brew. It takes a lot of that acidity away. It allows for the flavor of the coffee to really develop, and so you get a lot more chocolate notes, a lot more rich flavor. Plus, you also get a little more caffeine, so if you need that extra kick in the morning, you can definitely enjoy that from your cold brew. And the resulting cold brew coffee can be used either hot or cold. So it's not that you have to make iced coffee with it. I have mine hot every morning. So I encourage you to try it hot, try it cold, and have that versatility available to you. Though you're going to use two different kinds of brewing technique to get the appropriate coffee for what you need. Okay, so how do I make my cold brew? You can use any coffee beans. You can use that which is already ground, but you want a coarse grind. Not a medium, not a fine, but a coarse grind. That is what they say is the best for cold brew. So personally, I grind my own beans. We have fresh ground coffee all the time, and so I keep my coffee, 2 pounds, will fit in a oval 5 with a pour-all seal. You can tell it's been in here for a long time. It's had a lot of coffee in it. But I fresh grind, and then I put my resulting ground coffee into the Modular Mate Oval 2, with a pour-all seal. I personally mix my coffee half and half caffeinated, half decaf, and so this allows me to mix it up and have it ready to go. So this is about 3 brews worth of coffee. So I grind coffee about once a week. The other cool thing about cold brew that I forgot to mention is that it lasts and is stored in the fridge. It lasts up to 2 weeks in the fridge. So when you want coffee, you're not constantly going to your coffee maker and having to make it fresh all the time and wait for it. That once you've made it once, you've got it in your pitcher. Personally, I use a 2-liter Tupperware pitcher. The slimline pitcher is ideal. It has a 2-liter capacity, so it's perfect for your coffee as well. Okay, again, depending on what you're wanting to do with it. Good morning, Power of One ladies. Okay, 2 things I want to grab before I forget. I want that. And I want this. Okay. The other thing that you can do to store your coffee is your echo bottles, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in a moment. Okay, our cold brew carafe, which in June of 2022 is on special right now, is awesome. The beautiful thing about cold brew with our cold brew carafe is that it also results in absolutely no waste, no garbage, I should say. That the coffee grounds that are, once they're done, that you just put them into your compost or put them out into your garden and your flower beds, and your flowers will love you for it. Okay, we've got 3 pieces to the carafe. We've got the carafe itself. We've got the fine filter in the middle and the cover on the top, which also acts as a drip tray as you need it. Okay, I'm going to bring this closer. On your filter here, you'll see that there are two lines. There's one here and there's one here. So when you fill your coffee to this line, that is for regular drinking right now strength coffee. You're going to fill it here, maybe the night before, the evening before, supper time, and you're going to fill it with your coffee. You're going to put it into your filter or into your carafe. You're going to add in your cold water. I find it works really well because this holds just over a liter. So fill your 1 liter Echo bottle up to the top with cold water, and then you've got it. It's just handy to pour. Let it sit for 8 hours till morning. Take it out. Set it on your excuse me, set it on your stand here, and you've got ready to drink coffee for the morning, and it will make the full liter of ready to drink coffee. However, there's another option, that if you fill it to this line here and let it sit for 24 hours, you're going to get espresso strength coffee. So it's like a whole big thing of espresso shots, and that's what I've got here. I let my coffee sit for 24 hours, and now you can see that it is good and dark. I'm just going to decant some here for you. There we go. And I like the espresso strength because when I lift it up, and I'll just pop this over top there so it's dripping in, and now I can pour it in, and then just put that back in there and let it finish dripping. So now this coffee is really thick, relatively speaking. It's not something that you would put into your cup and drink a whole cup of unless you want to be really wired for the whole day. So what I would do with this, personally, I would fill it up to the top and dilute it to really, it will still make strong coffee, but I like my coffee strong. So it'll still make strong coffee, and it will allow you then to have a whole 2 liters of coffee ready to go for the next few days whenever you need coffee. You'll just pour it out. I put it into my micro pitcher, which, as you've heard me say before, is a kitchen essential for so many reasons. I put it into my micro pitcher, and using our commuter mugs, I have them handy because I use them every day. Using our commuter mugs, you're going to fill this to the 1 3/4 line, and then that leaves you enough room in here for cream. Or whatever your desired whitener is, and put your cover on to help it heat fastest. Out of the fridge, 2.5 minutes. In a 1200 watt microwave, we'll have it at perfect drinking temperature, and we'll be able to have you on the go. And definitely our commuter mugs are, or the thermal flask, whichever you prefer. If you are going on a long trip and you want to have your coffee hot, or you want to have your coffee hot all day at work, have the thermal flask. This will give you an hour of drinking time and having it nice and warm. Okay, so we've got this. This has drained down. I'm just going to get the good sludge off the bottom there. There we go. Now, once you have put this through once, I have to say thank you to Jessica Carlson, who gave me the idea that you can then fill this up again. Don't throw these grounds out right away. Fill it up again with your water. It'll take a little longer because they're already hydrated in there, but fill it up again, let it sit another 24 hours, and you'll get a whole new 1 liter of ready to drink coffee, which you can then, by the time you do that, you've probably drunk down some of this one, and you can fill it up and be ready to go. So it just gives you more bang for your buck for your grounds. Lets you use them twice and get all the value out of them. Then once that's done, you can just dump them out into, as I say, your compost or into your garden or flower beds, and it provides a no waste way to make coffee. No paper filters, no Keurig pods. Keurig pods are a huge, huge environmental issue, and thankfully I think those companies are recognizing that and making them more recyclable and compostable and so on, so bravo to them. But yeah, this is so handy. It makes coffee handy to have. It makes delicious coffee, but it also makes it handy, like your Keurigs, like your whatever you do for really fast coffee. So ditch the drive-through. Timmy's will survive without you, or Starbucks will survive without you. And I have to say, speaking of Starbucks, a lot of places now are offering cold brew. Cold brew is the thing, and people think it's really special. But you know what? You've got your cold brew here. I can't remember what price it is on sale, but for whatever it is, you've now got this forever. And coffee, these grounds, by the way, this amount of grounds is the same amount of grounds that you would put in your coffee maker for a 12-cup pot of coffee. So for 12 cups of coffee, which is, well, one pot full, you can get 3 or even 4 pots worth volume of coffee out of the same ground. So it's very, very cost effective for your grounds as well, for your coffee, particularly if you use fresh ground coffee. So with Starbucks, if you are using the espresso strength on its own, then it could fit into put it back into your 1-liter water bottle. So now you can make your iced coffees with your espresso shots. And again, you can save yourself so much money. Starbucks charges $5 or $6 for an iced latte. Well, hello, you can make that for pennies. Pennies! And you can have one every day of different kinds. Be careful with the syrups. The syrups are where the calories are. But unless you get sugar-free syrups, good for you. But be careful, because a lot of these drinks can add on extra calories, and we're trying to watch that. But it's just a handy-dandy way to have that. Now, the other thing, I have them handy here? I probably don't. Oh, I should have been more organized. Okay, well, I think they're in my freezer. The ice trays. You can make cold brew ice cubes for your iced lattes. You don't want to put iced latte in on top of regular water ice cubes because it dilutes it so bad. So make coffee cubes with your coffee so that it will give you cubes that when they start to melt in your iced latte, it's going to just add to the flavor. So many ways to enjoy your cold brew. Does anybody have any questions? Shout out in the chat real quick if you have any questions, or just comment below this with any questions that you might have. Good morning, Linda, on my customer page, my Tupper fan page. So Tupper fans everywhere, whether you're part of our Tupper family or one of our Tupper fan customer group, definitely, if you like coffee, the cold brew is a great investment. It's going to save you money. It's going to give you great coffee that doesn't upset your tummy and gives you lots of flexibility of how you can use it. So there you go. Enjoy. I am going to heat myself up some coffee and be on the way. Have a great day, everyone. Enjoy the sunshine. Bye.